GP.
Let's see. You know, I kind of want to see if we can do this.
Really?
I kind of wanna. Now that we have that newspaper clipping, I think stuff is about to start opening up a little bit. Maybe. So let's see. We have 2 locks. So this should be pretty simple. Big scoop. Lada, will you please answer my questions? On the night of the murder, why were you loitering around the victim's room?
I told you, didn't I? For my scoop.
What I want to know about are the details of this scoop.
That's not something I can tell you. I mean, there's my bread and butter.
Alright then, an unpleasant tabloid photographer looking for a scoop. I'm going to say that you were looking into a scandal. Could it be that you, Lotta Hart, were looking for a break with a huge story? Perhaps an unfolding scandal between Juan Kurita and this person?
This woman.
She's Adrian Andrews, Matt on Guard's manager.
Mm.
The Nickel Samurai's manager, caught secretly meeting with his rival, the Jammin Ninja. It would be the hottest story of the season, wouldn't it? That's one.
You're pretty good at this guessing thing, Mr. Lawyer. But you just can't make up any old thing. I think it'll be making the papers. You gotta have backup.
Backup.
Yeah, you gotta have that. That's what it is. New sauce?
You mean news source?
That's it! So show me something that shows that Juan guy had something with Miss Andrew.
Well, I know exactly what it is. It's this thing. This is the article from a certain weekly tabloid. Jammin' Midnight Rendezvous? To the mysterious yet beautiful manager to the stars, Miss AA.
Ah!
Mr. Kurita didn't have a manager of his own. What's more, his rival, Matt on Guard's manager, Adrian Andrews, she has the initials AA. You saw this article and then thought to take some pictures of them as proof. That's why you were looking around Mr. Kurita's room last night.
Ah!
That's it.
Wow, holy crap.
Unlock successful. You were looking into Mr. Kurita and Miss Andrews' affair, weren't you?
He got it. I was gonna get into myself a scoop by catching him by secret meeting.
But there's already an article about it in one of the weekly tabloid magazines. It's no longer breaking news.
What'd you just say? Her initials were AA. What kind of vague thing is that? There ain't no proof of nothing. People are gonna want to see real proof. Well, at least I do. That's what I was doing. Getting photos.
Oh.
I'm gonna whip up the reader's interest with some gossip and a little misleading. Then spice up a little and have myself an exclusive story.
Wow, Lotta. Nice journalistic integrity you got there.
I already finished up writing my spicy article, you know. It's really spicy. But
Eh.
the paper I wrote on it, to my notes to myself, it's gone.
Your note to yourself?
It was inside the case of my $1,600 camera. They done run off together. I came here for my big story. Don't come here just to have my treasure just be on me.
Yeah, I understand.
It's enough to make my gal go bonkers to tell ya. What's with people now, anyways? I never thought I'd see the day when someone done steal something from me.
You really want that note back, huh? Okay, stolen on the night of the murder, tablet article. Okay. March 21st, police station. Criminal Affairs Department. Detective Gumshoe said they had an investigation briefing.
Yeah. Oh, he's back!
Hey, so you came, pal? Why the blunt greeting? Because there's nothing to be friendly or happy about? What do you mean by that? Well, things look perfect this time around. The evidence and testimony are airtight. But, we can't just roll over and die. We have to stay positive. So what do you mean the evidence is airtight? I can't give you all the details, pal, but there's 2 big pieces.
2?
And both of them are in this photo. The first is the button that's missing from the victim's chest. That's the button that you found during your body search of Mr. On Guard. Yep, I found it in the folds of the Nickel Samurai Special Pants. And the second one is... the knife in his chest, pal. The fingerprints on the knife in his chest, to be exact.
Fingerprints? Whose are they?
You didn't even have to ask, little missy. It's obvious. They're mad on guards. Tomorrow's trial. Talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place. So what about this airtight testimony? It's that old security lady, Miss Oldbag. I thought so. What do you mean you thought so? Did she tell you something, Belle? Well... I even told her not to open that mouth of hers and blab to anyone. Her blab knob is stuck on 10. And there's no turning it down, trust me.
Damn.
Yeah, well, Miss Oldbag saw it all, pal. She saw Mr. On Guard came out of the victim's room around the estimated time of death.
No way!
Okay. What about this article? We're pretty interested in this bit of gossip ourselves. The scandal with Mr. Kurita, but why? Well, 2 years ago, a woman committed suicide. Oh my god. That was a really, really sudden image.
Yeah.
Suicide?
Her name was Celeste INPAX. And she was Juan Kurita's manager. Oh my god!
What?
Oh my god! The victim's manager? But that's not all, pal. Miss INPAX was Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. She taught Miss Andrews everything she knew about the business from square one.
Her mentor.
A woman who was both Mr. Kurita's manager and Miss Andrews' mentor. Could her suicide have something to do with this case? You want to know more about her, pal?
Well, I guess we do.
She was the victim's manager and was also Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. I almost said
You almost, yeah, why'd you say that? Is it because of the boy's name?
No, I guess I'm just not used to it. Okay. It's been 2 years since her suicide, and now those two are linked again by another death. Or maybe it's just coincidence, but... Wah!
I'm getting sick of dealing with one foolish idiot after another.
Miss Von Kramer!
You can't seem to stop allying yourself with the enemy, can you? I don't need a traitor in my midst.
You don't? You don't mean...
I do. Scruffy. You have 30 minutes to get out of here. You're no longer needed. Goodbye.
That's...
Wait! Please wait, sir! If I don't get this month's pay, I'll
Quiet! If it weren't for traitors like you...
I would have won. Is that what you wanted to say?
Who?
That voice. Edgeworth! It's been a long time, right?
This person! This is Mr. Edgeworth?
What am I going to do with you? Still blaming others when things go wrong? You haven't changed a bit, Franziska.
You... How dare you show your face to me without a shred of shame upon it? You soiled the Von Karma name, dragged it through the mud. You even ran away with your tail between your legs like the ill-bred dog you are!
Are you talking about the Von Karma family creed? To be perfect in every way? Then let's hear it, Franziska. How are things going? I hear you're having a rough time maintaining perfection in this country.
You
seem to be getting crushed under the weight of it all. That's why I came back.
keep your substance to yourself. I haven't given in yet. I won't lose. This case is mine. I'll never hand it over to you. Never! Mr. Phoenix wrong! I will see you tomorrow in court. It will be a clinical lesson on the meaning of total victory.
Still the same wild mare she always was.
It's so long since we've seen him.
Yeah. I thought you, the prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, had gone and died.
Mr. Nick!
I never wanted to see you again. I think that's enough of a warm welcome for someone you haven't seen in a year. Are you going to run tomorrow's trial? You heard her, right? That wild mare hasn't given in yet, it seems. So, no, I don't think I'll be making an appearance. Your hatred for me is quite unhealthy, not to mention one-sided. But I will say one thing. You can't win on your own at the trial tomorrow. What is that supposed to mean? I have something definitive you lack. And working together is the definition of teamwork. It's the power to find the truth. The truth. In order to understand this case, you have to understand a certain truth. Well, if you ever feel the need for my assistance, it is available to you. I'm not in charge of this case, so I can be a bit more generous with information.
Just what is going on in his head?
A lot of things may have happened. However, Manfred von Karma was still my mentor. And a perfect win record is proof of a von Karma. 1 year ago, you could not establish guilt in a few cases. Are those losses the reason you suddenly disappeared from the prosecutor's office? Did you leave because you had lost your perfect win record? To think your motivation for prosecuting trials was so selfish. It'd been better for everyone if you never came back from the dead, Edgeworth. I see. Then let me ask you something. Why do you stand in the courtroom? What is your reason?
Well, with Franziska, she almost always says
I will defeat you this time.
The instant she sees me.
But the courtroom is not a personal battlefield for prosecutors and lawyers. I stand in the courtroom to defend my client. To save their lives.
To save your client, you say?
Those who think only of their own ego-driven goals, those kind of prosecutors are reprehensible to me. Even if you're a prodigy. Or someone like you, Edgeworth.
It looks like there's still a lot you have yet to learn.
A lot I have yet to learn. Me?
Well, that's enough for now. The time when you will see is coming soon enough.
Okay.
Well, okay, do you know about the scandal?
I was about to say, yeah. I have no interest in talking about useless evidence. Put a little more thought into what you showed me, Phoenix Wright. Still as stuck up as ever. Adrian Andrews? Adrian Andrews. She holds a large secret within herself.
A secret?
You can't help but feel this whole case revolves around her. March 21st, detention center. Visitor's room.
Ah, the lawyer dude.
So what did you find out?
Well, I'm still in the middle of investigating.
I see. But I've already told you everything I know, dude.
What do you think about this article?
If you're talking about her thing with Juan, I always thought she was a bit careless in the way she handled it. And that's it? That's it. Huh?
What's wrong?
How much do you know?
What do you mean, how much?
Mr. Lawyer, I may be your client, but I hope you'll keep yourself out of my personal life.
What?
No, I would never. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a lunch appointment I have to keep.
You're in detention! Who in the world are you going to eat with? The security guard? Mr. Nick?
This Celeste INPAX lady. Somehow I get the feeling she's a very important person in all this. While I was abroad, these deplorable types of actors became popular, I take it.
Well, refreshing like a spring breeze is his motto.
Refreshing? And what is so refreshing about a spring breeze? Sounds like the pollen is not treating him well this year. Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah. There's an interesting rumor about this man.
You mean the one about Miss Andrews getting close to him?
But that's pretty common tabloid fare, isn't it? I don't take things at face value when there's more to be found. This woman is another key to solving this case. Do you really think so? She was Adrian Andrews' mentor a long time ago. But she was suddenly called away by a different show, and became Juan Corrida's manager. And then, a few months later, Celeste INPAX died.
But her death was ruled as a suicide, right?
Yes. But there is still one riddle we've yet to solve.
A riddle?
Her suicide note. It went missing. No one could find it.
A suicide note that just vanished, huh? Oh, there we go. Finally.
Yeah.
Miss INPAX's death was most certainly a suicide. Of that, there is no mistake. However, we could not find her suicide note. That's when the police began to suspect that someone had hidden it.
The suicide note? But how do you know Miss INPAX had even written such a note?
There was no solid evidence. However, we did find traces of ink on her right index finger, which makes the likelihood of a suicide note very high.
But who would hide such a thing?
The police think it was Mr. Juan Corrida himself.
The victim? Oh my god!
Oh.
He was the one who found her body. Which makes him the only person who had the chance to hide her suicide note.
Mr. Corrida hid his own manager's suicide note? But why?
But also, Phoenix, why do you keep asking but why? You've done that, like, a lot now.
Yeah, it's his catchphrase.
Yeah. As long as her note is missing, any speculation beyond this is meaningless. For now, I think you should look this over. This is a suicide report. Part 1, anyway.
Part 1?
Suicide report added to the court record. Deceased. Celeste INPAX. Found by Juan Corrida. Was the suicide note hidden? Okay. I don't like to look through reports. I like suicide reports even less. Worst of all are the reports that have multiple parts like that one. That has 2. 2 parts. What you just handed me is the first part of the report. Here's the second part. The second part of the report is about an attempted suicide. The attempter's name?
It's Adrian Andrews!
Oh my god.
Miss Andrews? What did she do? She tried to kill herself? She doesn't seem like the kind of person to try and kill herself, though.
You think she's a strong career woman? That's just what she wants you to think.
I knew it! I knew it! It's an act!
Jesus.
I knew it!
Adrian Andrews. She has a certain secret she's always trying to hide.
A secret?
Her dependent nature. That's what she's really like on the inside.
Miss Andrews. Dependent? Talk about the exact opposite of what that woman is.
Okay.
Oh!
Oh, there it is.
What's this about Miss Adrian Andrews' dependent nature?
Adrian Andrews' attempt at suicide was a few days after the death of Celeste INPAX.
And
why did Adrian Andrews think about committing suicide? Because she had apparently lost her will to live.
Lost her will? But why would she?
Her pillar of strength, her mentor, Celeste INPAX, was gone forever. That's why.
Why would that... Is this what they call following someone to their grave?
She is someone who needs a person in whom she can trust absolutely. And once she finds that person, she'll do anything she can to keep them near. Without such an anchor in her life, her crippling anxiety stifles her ability to live.
And that's the nature of her dependency on others?
When Celeste INPAX suddenly committed suicide, the world before her turned pitch dark. That's according to Adrian Andrews herself.
Then, that means her super confident attitude.
It's all a facade. She's only copying her mentor's behavior to hold herself together.
I knew it.
Wow.
How terrible. Attempted suicide report added to the court record. March 21st, Gatewater Hotel. On guard's hotel room. Oh, Miss Andrews is here. But it looks like she's talking with someone. That's Franziska von Karma. Miss Von Karma?
What are you doing here?
Well, you see, I'm his lawyer, so...
You got some nerve following me around like a little dog.
Following you? That's you! Miss Von Karma! You're the one doing the following! Pearls. You're always following after that Mr. Detective with the little beard.
Me? Following after Scruffy? Don't make me laugh. Let me show you something interesting, little girl.
What is that?
An electromagnetic receiver. I planted a tracking device on that detective.
You bastard!
And with this, I know that fool's every move.
So that noise we heard was his transceiver. I feel really sorry for the poor Detective Gumshoe now.
Now then, let's stop wasting time. Adrian Andrews,
Yes?
think hard about what we just discussed. Understood?
Alright.
Good girl.
What were those two talking about? Yes. We already know what to do. Let's go. I know what to do. Motive for murder. Why was Juan Corrida murdered? If you ask me, I think you know the reason he was killed. Why were you hiding things? Don't you realize you're putting Mr. On Guard's life in danger by your actions? Why do you ask questions for which I have no answers? The truth is, I was not that close to Mr. Corrida. You were not that close? That's right. I've never been good at being intimate with another person. You're not good at being intimate with another person? Somehow I highly doubt that. Fuck!
Well,
Why is that at the very end? Ugh.
what were you trying to show?
I was trying to show the article. Fucking these two bitches at the end of the fucking... Take that! You and Mr. Corrida had an intimate relationship, did you not? A silly third-rate tabloid article. If you even had half your wits about you, you wouldn't believe such rubbish. Well, it seems quite a few people have already bought into this story. As to be expected in a world filled with crooks and liars. Note to self, stay on our good side. In any case, I despise interpersonal relationships like that. I see. However, what if there was a need for you to get close to someone? Me? Need to get close to Mr. Corrida? As if there was ever such a need. Didn't you get close to Mr. Corrida for this person's sake? Oh...
Yeah, we can't have the we can't go anywhere without telling it.
Celeste INPAX, your mentor. How do you know about Celeste? Miss INPAX, she committed suicide, didn't she? But it looks like no one knows why. Right before her death, she was Juan Corrida's manager. So, I believe you got close to Mr. Corrida so you could find out more about her suicide. You have a great imagination. You may have a future yet as a slimy muckracker for a putrid third-rate tabloid. Miss Andrews? There was no mystery surrounding her death. None. It would be pointless for me to force myself into a relationship for nothing. Is that really true? Was there really no mystery at all? I don't believe you were completely at ease with the way her suicide was resolved.
Go on.
Okay. Miss INPAX's suicide note was never found, was it? It looks like the police were under the suspicion that someone had hidden it. Like maybe the person who discovered her body. Mr. Corrida! Juan? And Miss Andrews, I believe you thought the same thing. That is why you became intimate with Mr. Corrida! I've sat by quietly and listened to your insulting ramblings long enough. It's true that Celeste was my mentor. However, allow me to say this again. It had nothing to do with me. I didn't even know that her suicide note was never found. I'm a person who doesn't care about what goes on in the lives of others. That's the impression you like to give. However, I don't think that's who you really are. What? I have evidence that says otherwise. This is a proof that Celeste INPAX was someone very special to you. It's gotta be the other one.
Yep.
Miss Andrews, you nearly went through it too, didn't you? Went through with what? Ending your life. Miss Andrews, you look and act like a very strong woman who has it all together. You don't ask for anyone's help, relying on only yourself. Yes, I've been very independent ever since I can remember. However, that is all just a lie, a facade. You've always searched out people on whom you can depend on, which is why, when she passed away, you lost everything she had. You lost everything you had, yes. When Celeste passed away so suddenly like that, I died a death of my own, but no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't stop thinking about what had become of her note. You must have heard about the police report. The one that said that the police had suspected Mr. Kurita of hiding Miss INPAX's note. You had heard about it, and thought to recover it from him by getting close, am I right? If that's the case, then everything changes. What do you mean? What topic did we start this conversation on again? It was why the victim was killed. Exactly. Somehow, Miss Andrews, it seems you have become the one with a reason to want Mr. Kurita dead. Me? Miss INPAX was everything to you. And then she died. And you would do anything to find out why she killed herself. Even commit murder. Murder?
Oh.
Oh no!
Wait.
Phoenix is thinking that she did it. Okay. It's true. I'm a woman who can only live in insecurity. I'm physically small, and I don't really have a lot of self-confidence. I've pushed against all that, though. I've tried to live strongly. I never wanted anyone to find out the truth. Miss Andrews. This one thing. It's the one thing I wanted to take with me to the grave. It was my secret. Mine and mine alone. I'm sorry. You probably think I'm a worthless human being right now, don't you? Please, Miss Andrews. All I want to know is the truth. After Celeste passed away, I heard that someone had hidden her suicide note. And that someone was Juan Kurita. Celeste. Without her, I became scared. Everyone seemed like they were out to get me. So you got close to Mr. Kurita to recover her suicide note, correct? Looks like that tabloid reported the truth after all. Ironic, isn't it? Well, like they say, where there's smoke, there's fire. And if they purposely add fuel to the fire, they keep the celebrity world burning. But as for the suicide note, I didn't, and wouldn't kill anyone for it. It just doesn't suit me. That's all. Well, that's enough for now. I still have work to do, so... I understand. Oh, I have one small favor to ask. My attempted suicide. I'd like for you to keep it a secret. Miss Andrews. If people found out about my weakness, I would sooner choose to die than live. All right, I understand. We'll keep it a secret. Miss Andrews. I guess she's the overthinking type. She probably never says anything without carefully thinking it through first. Thank you for your discretion. Mr. Nick, can I ask you something? What is it? Miss Andrews has been playing with that card in her hand since a while back. That card? Yeah, I guess she has. Miss Andrews, what is that card you're holding? Huh? Oh, this? I don't quite know. It just suddenly appeared in my handbag.
Huh.
A shell?
Yeah.
What is it? It looks like a seashell? That's what it looks like, doesn't it? I honestly don't remember owning this card. I remember where I picked it up. I wonder where I picked it up from. Her not remembering something clearly? Sounds like it would be a rare occurrence. Well, I must be off. I leave Mr. On Guard in your capable hands. Okay.
Well, I guess there's nothing much we can do.
March 21st, Gatewater Hotel, hallway. Well, I think we've gathered about all we can. What about Mystic Maya? Is she alright? Oh, Pearls. She looks so worn out by all of this. She hasn't slept at all, and has been walking all over the place with me today. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? Let's go back to the office for a little while. You're really tired, right? Oh, no. I'm okay, really. I'm fine, I really am. You don't look fine to me. I guess we're going back to the office. March 21st, Wright & Co. Law Offices. So, what now? Well, we did find one thing out for sure. Miss Andrews has a motive. You mean Miss INPAX's suicide note? That's right. She was also the one to discover the victim's body. Clever. Mr. Nick, the transceiver! Hello? Wright & Co. Law Offices.
Mr. Attorney, you're not answering a phone.
Maya! Where's Maya?
As I promised, I have not gone within a few feet of her this whole time.
Yeah.
Which is why I suppose she's absolutely famished.
What?
So I suggest you win a quick acquittal, my friend. At any cost. Wouldn't you agree?
Wait! Maya! Let me hear her!
Very well.
Ask my
Maya! Is that you?
sis! Ask my sis!
Maya! Maya! Damn it! He cut me off! Mystic Maya said, ask my sis, didn't she? Sis? What does she mean by that? Come on, Phoenix. You're a hopeless one. Sorry. Ah!
Oh!
Mia! I have a message from Maya, so come, ask me anything you want about her.
Where is she?
How's Maya? She's safe, for now. That kidnapper is one to keep his word, it seems. I'm glad to hear she's safe. But Mia, how did you know? As soon as she was locked up, Maya called for me. I read the note she left. Then I gathered as much information about her surroundings as I could. I didn't know you could use spirit channeling like that. Pretty smart of her. The kidnapper. What's he like? I don't know. Apparently, Maya went to answer a phone call at the hotel and was drugged there. And? She didn't see the face of her attacker. Ugh. Maya's locked up in a very dark place right now. I'll tell you everything I heard when I was with her. When you were with her? Date question, time question, location question.
I'm starving. I could really go for some apple pie. I mean, at a time like this, sweets are the only way to go. I have to stay positive. He promised he wasn't gonna kill me, so I'm not gonna die. Sis, I wonder if you're with Nick right now.
We're playing as Maya?
Yeah, look, there's a card on the floor. Huh? Someone dropped a card here. It kinda looks like a business card, but there's no name on it. It's a picture of a seashell, I think. What a strange card. What's our card record? Drat, it's locked.
Oh, I mean...
Oh, it's the same.
Yeah.
This door lock seems easy enough to open. On TV, the hero always uses a plastic card or stiff piece of cardboard. Then click, they magic open the door. I wonder if there's a card like that around here I could use. Oh, that's it! The shell card! If I use this, maybe I can get the door open. This might be my key out of here. I had a feeling this card might be useful. I'm such a genius. Alright, now if you'll excuse me, Mr. Kidnapper. I'm gonna get some food. I did it! Okay, now I'm getting the heck out of here. I shouldn't keep Nick waiting or worried.
You've reached the end of the video, but hold it! You should try clicking the subscribe button. It'll make sure that you don't miss any uploads that we do in the near future.